After the United Kingdom, my partner and I went to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. There we got to do more fur protesting, and the city was just really nice overall, so I can't wait to talk about it. We took some trains from London to Harwich, which is where our ferry was. It was nice that just the train station just connected to the, ferry port essentially. And we just did our passports and everything and waited in line. And then we boarded, and this is our room. It was an overnight ferry, and this is us. And I was really excited and nervous to be on an actual boat for the first time, and this is the boat departing. But it was really, really cool. I sadly only got 4.5 hours of sleep because they decided to wake us up at 5:30 a.m. our time, but when I woke up, my sore throat was the worst it had been yet, so I was worried it was strep throat. But in the next couple days, it definitely ended up just being a virus. So that was good because we were really worried for a second. Contactless worked for all the trains, so we just went from Hook of Holland all the way to Rotterdam and then Amsterdam. We were back in the European Union, and also everyone is speaking Dutch now. This is a greenhouse system that seemed to go on forever. These trains were a much more reasonable cost than the United Kingdom's, and I always love when the train is beating out the cars. Trains are always better than cars. As a anti-car dependence, pro-public transit person, I was excited to be going to the hometown of Not Just Bikes. Not Just Bikes always praises the Netherlands public transit system, and after using it, I understand why. We made it to Amsterdam Central, and there was many shops, including a Starbucks that talked about Seattle. We found some vegan food in the train station, and then we walked in the rain to our destination with our luggage. We stayed at the place of a fellow animal rights activist who offered activists to stay at their place for the upcoming actions in Amsterdam. After we settled in, I was so tired I accidentally fell asleep. Hey, look, it's me. So after I woke up, we went and walked around. Even though it was rainy, we got this amazing food from this kind of fancy place. And then we went grocery shopping. I thought this was hilarious. Beyond Tack. There was so many vegan alternatives at this store. It was cloudy, but the canals were still beautiful to see. And then the next morning, we had this food, or I did. And then we walked around, and we did laundry at a laundromat because we needed a dryer. It was too long of trying to dry our clothing, just leaving it out. It just took too long. I ended up packing wet clothes once. No. Doing the laundry cost 10 euros to wash and 1 euro to dry, which I'm not sure why drying was the cheaper part, because apparently one big reason Europeans don't typically have dryers is because it's expensive. So I don't really understand that, but okay. Here's me doing my makeup with my phone camera, and I just thought this was funny. And here's me taking a picture of the raised crosswalk, because I remember seeing this in a Not Just Bikes video, and it's just so much safer for pedestrians. The canals were very beautiful, definitely one of the coolest parts of Amsterdam. Then we got to go to Vegan Junk Food Bar, which is a European vegan restaurant I've always wanted to go to, so I was super stoked. And the food we got was amazing, so definitely worth the hype. There was a lot of pro LGBTQ plus stuff, which was really cool. And then we got these really good fries from this vegan restaurant. And then I heard the honking, or whatever the hell this was, outside. I guess it was all these cars. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I guess these cars were honking. I don't know. Then magic mushrooms are technically legal in the Netherlands, more so magic truffles, but that was an interesting part of Amsterdam. So in high school, I was a huge John Green fan. The Fault in Our Stars is the book that got me into his books, but I read every single one besides Let It Snow. But in my defense, he only wrote a third of that book. Okay, so anyway, the Fault in Our Stars bench from the movie, which is also one of my favorite movies, is in Amsterdam because, in a key part of that book and movie, they go to Amsterdam. So we got to sit on the bench, and I was so happy to get a picture on the bench and just be there in the same scene as the movie. Amsterdam had so many bikes and bikers, which was so cool, as well as a tram, bus system, just really reliable and also walkable city. We got around by walking pretty well. We walked through red light district and then we just walked around like everywhere. It's such a beautiful city, honestly. Here was my random late night snack. The next day we took a walk and then we went back to vegan junk food bar. The food was just really good. And then we went to this really cool bookstore that had a lot of leftist and also animal rights stuff. It was super cool. Here's just some pages from this animal rights book. And then we met up with a fellow American activist friend who was also traveling Europe after the Paris Convergence. We all ended up getting the Jamaican curry, but it was so good. Then just my boyfriend and I hung out around Amsterdam. We went to Dam Square, which yes, I find that name kind of funny. There's the new Dior just put up. It'd be a shame if someone protested it. We went to this crazy rubber duck store that had like every kind of rubber duck with like a pun as the name. We walked around again, took this aesthetic video in red light district. Here's a beautiful shot of the canal with Amsterdam Central, the train station. This hummus pita pocket was so good from Mao's, and then we split fries again. The next day we had animal rights activism again. Here's the chant we would be doing in Dutch.
Allowing companies to do this to other animals. The fair trade is a right.
We will do not want to die.
We will never compromise. We will never compromise.
We protested outside of 7 LVMH stores this day, all in a row, and then we also protested outside of Max Mara. You can find the full videos on my Instagram.
What do you say?
How many animals died today?
Hey, Bulgari, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
I still sound kind of sick there, but each day I was getting better. After activism, we met up at this vegan pizza place, Mastino, and I got this heart-shaped pizza, and it was so good, and it wasn't a bad price either.
Duck in their little duck house.
We walked around more, and it was crazy how common vegan cosmetics were, and also look how cheap this like vegan body wash is. Here's me making a goofy joke. Eventually we went to this place called Taste Like Chicken, and it had really good vegan chicken tenders and this milk fake. Then we took the tram home for the day. Here is a duck who just kept quacking, and I found it funny. It is really blurry. Okay, bro. Our time staying at the meat-free leftist house we were at was coming to an end, and we packed everything up for the day and headed out to do activism. People from the Netherlands and other European countries, and also the Americans traveling Europe after the Paris Convergence, all gathered to protest the Dior that just went up in Dam Square, and it was an amazing demo. The full video is up on my Instagram, and then we had to leave the demo early, sadly, because we had an over 6-hour train to catch going to Berlin, Germany. Thank you for watching. Next, I will be making a video on my experience in Berlin.
What do you say?
How many animals died today?